The visuals we are about to show you might make you worry about the law and order situation in the country. You might find it difficult to differentiate between the police and the gundas. Policemen in uniform are taking law into their own hands. These visuals have become a hit on social networking sites. But is it right for the police to behave like lawbreakers? Is it right for the police to harass criminals in public? Take a look at this report and you will know what we are talking about. Singham's on the streets. A sequel to the film Singham has hit the screens. People have been thronging theatres to catch a glimpse of the daredevil policeman who says Atta Maji Satakli. But what do you have to say about these wannabe Singhams? The visuals that you see on your screen are real-life visuals of police torture in Indore district of Madhya Pradesh. The policemen in uniform are doing their best to turn out to be real-life Singhams. The man that you see on the screen is R.D. Kanwa, the in charge of a Chhatripura police station in Indore. These visuals will tell you what this man is capable of. Here, policemen are seen beating an accused with their lathis. In the other videos, you can witness slaps, kicks, punches, hit and strikes on the accused all over their body. Interestingly, even the lady police officers seem to have worn the Singham masks in Indore. This is exactly how the station in charge would want his juniors to behave with those accused of crimes. Criminals and those accused of crime are beaten black and blue in broad daylight by a group of policemen belonging to a police station. For those of you who are unaware, such behavior is common among the police in Indore. Don't believe us? Here are a few videos that will take you by surprise. Take a look at this man. He is Anand Kanjar. This accused had been playing hide and seek with the police for years together. He is an accused and an under trial in close to 30 different cases, from theft to eve-teasing to bigger crimes. The police had a hard time tracing him, and when they did, they gave him a different dose altogether. Whatever the police did to this man is worth watching. First, they got him out of the police station as though they were about to take him to court. But what happened next will blow your mind. They started to strike him with lathis and acted as if they were the judge in his case. Anand was beaten on the streets and paraded for a while in the locality before being taken inside the police station. But he was not the only one caught to take the beating. Anand Kanjar's associates were also given the same treatment by the police. Now, we really don't know if you would agree with the police about their behavior, but the Indore police are certainly facing the heat for their deeds. Well, on one hand, the crime rate in Indore is on the rise. On the other, policemen are parading the accused like sheep on the streets. The police have taken law into their own hands, and this has irked officials from the Human Rights Commission. But will the police stop their brutality, or is this the way to handle criminals? Here's a report. This is an old trick by the police to reduce crime rate in Indore. Petty criminals are beaten and paraded on the streets to bring them to book. Such incidents have become common in Indore over the last few years. Tens of gangs and hundreds of criminals are being beaten to a pulp by policemen in broad daylight. But now the Human Rights Commission seems to have taken them to task. The HRC has sent a notice to the local DCP and SP questioning them about the police behavior. Senior officials will need to reply to the HRC notice in 4 weeks. But this is not the first time that the Indore policemen are facing the wrath of the Human Rights Commission. The HRC had earlier sent a notice to respective police stations demanding answers, but the police had failed to reply. Now it's time for them to answer. Now, some of you might wonder as to who has given the police permission to resort to such behavior. In fact, such incidents have become an embarrassment to the police officials at large. The police here have certainly disrespected the constitutional rights by taking law into their own hands. Take a look at this video in particular. An accused is being beaten and paraded on the streets, and at the same time a school van passes by. Children sitting in the bus are excited looking at the police beating. But do you think the police behavior will have a bad impact on them? Do you think such visuals will scare criminals and stop them from committing crimes? Well, one can never know. In this video, 3 Eve teasers were caught from a bus stand and are taken into police custody. These men were beaten black and blue and asked to recite slogans. The police are not even sparing the elderly man and are beating him on the face. These criminals are forced to say things which defame themselves and praise the police. This is something that the police feel will rehabilitate criminals.
बता क्या
In this video, a man is caught selling spurious liquor. The police track him down and show him no mercy. He is being mercilessly beaten on the face, and at times it looks like the police will not hesitate to kill him on camera. Localites claim that the Indore police have no compassion towards criminals in their district. Every criminal is treated in the same manner and the punishment is unbelievable. Some of you might be wondering what your situation would be if there was no law and order in our country. But isn't there something that the police want to do? They say they are left with little option. A catch-22 situation for the police. These visuals will make you feel that it's a jungle raj in Indore. The accused say the police are animals in uniform. They call the police criminals with a license to do things according to their whims and fancies. But sources say that this type of police behavior has brought down the crime rate in Indore. The Human Rights Commission has questioned the Indore police about their behavior. They want them to treat criminals and other accused in a similar manner. But sources say that the Indore police are in no mood to give up their style. The police in uniform have been doing this for years and will continue to do so in the future. But how many of you think that criminals and the accused need to be treated this way? Do you feel that the crime rate will reduce if police resort to such tactics? Do you think the criminals should be denied of their basic rights due to such policemen? Well, we'll leave it for you to decide. A News9 report.